there, welcome to another Teamclueless kind of like journey report today. We have arrived at Warhammer World. Ignore Chris, he's being silly. So, we have arrived here
Warhammer World
to play a giant game of 40k. I'll be doing sporadic filming throughout the day. I'm not sure what time we're going to get to do so, but I'm also going to do a few little vids from other parts of this place, which is pretty epic. There's big castle bits in the background, hundreds of gamers. We have hired the Cygnus Prime table, which is a Forge World Cityfight table. As you can see, it's pretty damn epic. I'll take loads of shots throughout the game. So there's loads of different buildings, it's all bespoke. I've written a reasonably complex mission which we'll go through, but basically it involves this side over here, are playing the Imperium. Over there is a Chaos and Orc force. They're fighting for victory points as usual. Every one of the buildings on the table can be searched at the end of a movement phase, and I've made all kinds of weird and random stuff happen inside the buildings that they can find. So that's basically what's going to happen today. Let's have a closer look. There is Jason on one of the sides with John and Chris. They're playing the Imperials until over here we have Cy, Millie, who has never played 40k before in his entire life, and Nick. So let's go for a closer look down at the table. God, there's an arm there. That's a pretty realistic looking arm though, I think you'll agree. So you can see these beautiful buildings back here. This is probably my favourite. It's got this wonderful spiral staircase, got a giant bloodthirster on the bottom, big cannon on the top. Millie is attempting to get Soul Grinder to stick like a spider to a building. You can see various things that they brought along. Big landing pad in the centre. We'll go round behind them. There's that arm again, it's everywhere. Over here, there's this lovely kind of like bridge thing. Big refinery works in the centre. Down here we have, the Imperials have started to set up because these guys are being so darn slow. So the Imperials are setting up down here. You can see there's a generator, all kinds of stuff. This is another lovely building at the back here. Really nice cathedral thing there. And at the back there, there's kind of like a modified fortress. So really nice looking table. Let's have a quick look at some other tables. Another Cityfight table back here. I think, excuse the zooming, I think there's some kind of tournament going on, not sure what. There's this beautiful skull table here. There's literally a ramp of skulls here, which just looks phenomenal. I mean, you're only allowed to play Age of Sigmar on this table. They're quite strict on what systems you can play on which tables. But this table looks phenomenal. I'd love to play a 40k assault mission on this table. Over here, we've got another Age of Sigmar table with loads of their cool-looking terrain. Real good use of combining the woods kits that have been around for years. Then over here we have an Egyptian-themed table, again for Age of Sigmar. Then we've got a giant apocalypse table over here, loads of stuff happening. And as you can see, there's just loads of tables and stuff. Looking at some of the tables, the terrain is a little sparse. If you're coming to Warhammer World, you can hire tables like the one we've hired. Costs no money, you just phone them up and ask to hire the table and it's yours for the day. So really good service in that regard. They're really happy to help. This one's pretty good. They've got buried super heavy tanks, the bridge in the centre, giant guns. That's a fantastic apocalypse table. So more later on, our tower table. Yeah, this one's pretty special. I love that tower building in the centre. Really cool looking. So I'll have some more stuff for you later on. Okay, we're here at the start of the game. They have set up over here, the Chaos and Orcs. Over here, the Imperials have set up. We're going to have one turn of the game, and then we're going to go for a wander around the museum. The Imperial side are going to attempt to seize the initiative.
Turn the camera off now.
So it's on a 6, John, on a 6.
We're never on 6s.
Oh, so close. The Chaos side may survive until later in the game. Let's see how they go. Okay, so we're partway through turn 1. So, weird things that have happened so far. They found a weird crystal down here that tried to talk to the Orc's brain, but they couldn't interpret it. The Bloodthirster has managed to find himself a hard drive. He picked up a USB pen from the floor, which he hopes will have plans on it. Up here, they found a laser tripwire. Look at this awesome laser tripwire John made. So that building is booby-trapped. Down here, these Space Marines found a las cannon emplacement, which they plonked over there to fire at Pask Punisher, but didn't hurt it. Moving around here, another las cannon emplacement, quite common in this area of the battlefield. We found some ammo stores, Up here, they found a medical centre on the roof of this building, which was quite useful. Oh, there's a security door down there, which they failed to prise open, so we'll have to try and do so in later turns. Round here, they found some more booby traps in this building, set off and killed a load of Impy Guard. And last but not least, Jason found a fucking dragon.
First roll.
First roll. Jason is now being attacked by a massive fantasy beast. So I'm not sure what he's going to do to deal with that. Other than that, the orcs and stuff have charged across the table, and the Imperials are about to open fire. Okay, so we're now on turn 2, so I'll do a quick little go through of what's happening while the guys are playing. The Death Company with Chris's Librarian wiped out Nick's bike squad down here with Nick's Warlord. The Librarian died in response, but the Death Company are now swinging forwards. They got a drop pod in here that took out a battle wagon and a Hellhound that's killed a load of Orc boys. Coming back over here, the Bloodthirst has been gunned down by flashlights and other weaponry, and I think scouts killed it in the end with their sniper shots. It was there. The Screamers are camped out in this building. Inside here, some Space Marines are heroically fighting a group of Gene Stealers they found. Moving over here, the Dogs are in the centre there. They found another USB hard drive stick thingy, but the Dreadnought's going to be walking in and ripping that off them this turn, but the Soul Grinder's in the background. Jason's squad, they got wiped out by an Eversaw Assassin. Let's see, 3d6 leadership under your leader.
8!
Have you got a sergeant still alive?
Yes, he's right there.
Oh my god. Oh, I will do the rulings for that in a minute. So Jason has just convinced an Eversaw Assassin to do work for him. Down here, Sai managed to awaken an Imperial robot from this building, but the dragon spied it and has charged him for an assault, so they're locked in combat. Round the back here, Millie searches this building and has found himself a teleportation chamber, another beautifully modelled piece by John, so they're going to be able to use that next turn if they want. Other stuff, Sai's lost one of his transports, and then the Storm Shard mortars picked off a load of his Space Marines. Oh, nasty. Up here there's still a trip mine going, but Sai is waiting there because there's objectives and stuff. This is a dead pile at the back here, and those flamers haven't arrived yet. But overall it's going pretty well. I'll go for a nice high shot, and then I better go and tell Jason how his Eversaw works. Okay, you join me again. It's the end of turn 3. What's happened now? So the Death Company, having wiped out everything over here, are now holding this objective. There's an objective over in this building. Millie's got some Screamers down here which have survived all kinds of stuff and still have the little hard drive on them. Other stuff in this centre building, unfortunately, Chris managed to uncover what was there. The answer was a load of zombies. Now, if any of you have played Dungeon Quest, you'll know the way these zombies work are similar to Snotlings from Dungeon Quest. Basically, every turn you have to fight them. If they survive the turn with any number of zombies left, you add another 2d6 zombies to the pile and continue fighting. So Chris's objective secured at the top of the building, fighting a load of zombies trying to climb up and get him, and this Death Dread's coming in the back of the building. Over here, Sai is spreading out to take control of this building this turn. Down here, unfortunately, this unit size has contracted some kind of evil disease, and every turn it has a chance of wiping out all the models on the board. It's very, very unlikely that would ever happen, highly unlikely, but it does have the chance. They've also moved these unit pink horrors here near the Psychic Crystal to try and gain control of it. The Soul Grinders are mobilised in the centre. The Dragon has moved into combat with Sai's Sorcerer, who's his Warlord, and the Raptors. In the centre, the Dreadnought is still fighting the Dogs. He just can't hit enough, but he is slowly whittling them down, and Millie keeps on passing his instability checks. Back here, the Flamers came in and wiped out Jason's command squad, but in response, Imperial Guard wiped out the Flamers. Up here, these guys still have the important VIP, which could be a swinging point at the end of the game, who knows. And I think that's about it on the table at the moment. Let's see what happens. Okay, so you join us near the end of Imperial Turn 5, well, start of Imperial Turn 5. Various stuff that's happened. The Dragon, Jason whittled the Dragon down to 1 wound, but failed to kill it. It then assaulted his unit, wiped it off, and then Sai managed to shoot it with his heroic Predator that's done awesome this game. Fix! And killed the Dragon, gaining them another 2 victory points. Other stuff, the Dreadnought's finally killed the Dogs and has picked up the hard drive they were carrying. Back here, the truck that was holding this building teleported using the cunning teleport pad. It can fit, honest Bob, over there, which we'll walk round to hold the objective there. The Screamers are holding inside here. They have one of the hard drives and have an objective. a critical objective has been found up here. If the Chaos Space Marines hold it at the end of the game, they get D3 victory points. Moving around here, it's a bit of a clusterfuck. There's an objective down here, the truck is on it, the Chimera's on it. The Dread killed the Hellhound. This drop pod's actually removed, which was there. Could be important for someone's secret objective. What else have we got? Down here, this thing is out of missiles. Not much happening at the back of the table. They've basically got their objectives and are holding their side of the board quite well. But it's the last turn and they're trying to get any objectives they can because they're about 4 or 5 behind at the minute. Okay, you join us at the end of the game. So stuff happened at the last turn. All the zombies were wiped out by the Storm Shard Martyr and John charging in there with his troops and wiping out the last few of his flamers and claiming that objective. But other than that, there's just a few little manoeuvres, but not a whole lot happening. They tried to take out the truck down here, but failed, but did contest the objective. Then we scored victory points. Sai got 3 for his D3 up here, which is pretty special. Each side held a hard drive, which is worth a victory point. Each side completed both of their secret objectives. They'd each chosen similar things. Hold all the enemy from the opponent's zone, so killing this drop pod where the cup was pretty useful. And you'll have to listen to them announcing stuff, most annoying. And the other guys had the Manticore down here, which they kept alive. Other than that, they had a VIP on the Imperial side, gave them a couple. But scores on the doors at the end were 28 to Chaos, 22 to Imperials. So reasonably close, a couple of swingy points, but yeah, I was quite happy that it was nicely close. Okay, what did everyone think of the game? Did you enjoy playing on the table and such?
I enjoyed it. Horrible game. Horrible.
What did you think of your army, John?
The best painting out of all of them. Bonus points for that alone.
Millie, your first proper game of 40k in a long time. How do you think it went?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. All the different units and factions, I forget how well they synergy together.
Yeah, there's loads of different stuff that's happening, and you were very much asking, and we were just pointing and trusting. Screamers for the win. What do you feel about Screamers, Chris?
I loathe Screamers for the
Oh, nice. Okay, well, thanks everyone for watching. I'll put a link at the end here somewhere, or if I don't, then just go to his channel. So Jason over there, what's your channel called now, Jace?
Which one?
Jason's got many channels, but I think this one will probably appear on Gaming Nights.
Battle Nights.
Battle Nights. So look for Battle Nights, and Jason's done a bit more of an in-depth video about coming to Warhammer World and such. I'll be putting a few photos on at the end of this, but Jason will have loads of photos on his channel. So go and have a look, and thanks for watching. Thanks for playing, everybody.